Welcome to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin, the podcast where intentional growth meets practical leadership. One quote, one lesson, one action to help you lead yourself and others better. Let's jump in. Welcome back to 1 Minute Wins. I am Dr. Dana Martin, and I am a leadership coach. I am an author, and I am a speaker, among many other things. Head over to dmilm.com, learn a little bit about me, and reach out. I'd love to learn a little bit about you. This show, though, is where we focus on intentional leadership. And today, number 45, 1 Minute Win 45, correlates with the book 1 Minute Wins Volume 1 that you can get on Amazon. Commit fully. And let's get really honest really quick. Most leadership breakdowns don't happen because people lack vision. They happen because commitment stops at intention. People say they're committed, they talk about their commitment, but commitment only becomes real when it's visible. It has to be manifested. Our quote today that we're basing this on comes from Jean-Paul Sartre. Probably mispronouncing that. Commitment is an act, not a word. That is not philosophy. That is a leadership reality. So here's, I guess, the real truth of it, that real commitment shows up in consistent actions, not promises. Anyone can agree in a meeting or via email. Anyone can nod along to a plan being spoken. I'm nodding my head. And anyone can say, sure, I'm in. But commitment doesn't live in the agreement. It lives in the behavior. Leaders don't measure commitment by enthusiasm. They measure it by follow through. And when commitment is real, you don't have to announce it. People can see it. They can see it whether you're trying to hide it or not. I once worked with a team rolling out a major change, operational change. And in the kickoff meeting, everyone sounded committed. The language was right. The energy felt good. But a few weeks later, all the old habits were still in place. And why? Because commitment never moved past words. Leaders who are truly committed to change, they change their calendars, priorities, and behaviors first. The rest waited to see what would happen. And the difference wasn't belief. It was action. And the team followed the actions. They didn't follow the speeches. Here's a data point that I think reiterates what we're talking about. And that's Harvard Business Review study on strategy execution. Only about 20% of strategic goals set by organizations are actually realized. 20%? The 80% that fail, they don't fail because the strategy was bad. They fail because of poor execution and lack of sustained commitment. In other words, the plan wasn't the problem. The talk wasn't the problem. It was the absence of consistent action that was the problem. Commitment is that bridge between intention and results, and most teams never fully cross it. So here's another way to frame it. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." I'm going to say that again. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. Leaders teach commitment by example, and people don't follow what you are behind or what you endorse. They follow what you reinforce. Your actions are always communicating something, whether you intend them to or not. And I've had moments where I believed I was committed until I looked at my own behavior. The calendar did not match the priority. The follow-up did not match the promise. The urgency did not match the language. And that gap was uncomfortable, but it's also clarifying. Commitment isn't about perfection, okay? It's about alignment. And when action and intention line up, momentum follows. Here's how to commit fully on purpose. Today we have 4. Number 1, make it visible. If no one can see it, it's probably not real yet. Like that imaginary friend. Number 2, tie it to a behavior. What will you do differently this week? Number 3, remove competing priorities. Commitment requires subtraction, not just addition. And number 4, reinforce it consistently. One action isn't commitment, repetition is. Commitment is built through that consistent rhythm, not declarations. So, what are we reflecting on today? Where do you need to act instead of talk? Not explain, not justify or promise, just act. Where would behavior speak louder than your words right now? So take one visible action that reflects full commitment and send the message. Block that time on your calendar. Change the process, just a small bit even, and let your behavior answer the question. Commitment sets that ceiling for credibility, and when leaders follow through consistently, trust compounds. Man, we talk a lot about that. On the contrary, when they don't, even great ideas will lose weight. And those strong cultures that we talk about, they're not built on motivation alone. They're built on modeled commitment and consistency. Your actions give others permission to commit or permission to disengage. If you found this episode helpful or it resonated with you or think it might resonate with someone else, please share it and go to the profile and like and subscribe. I hope that all of you take this information and run with it because it is so awesome and fun to do these for you all. You'll find more information about me, Dr. Dana Martin, over at dmilm.com. You can sign up for our newsletter. You can join our mailing list there, or even book some time with me. And we'll chat about how I might be able to help you with your leadership or your organization. You'll find other things like links to books and links to podcasts on the site as well. Don't forget about the book on Amazon, 1 Minute Wins, Volume 1, Take Control of Your Road Journey, 1 minute at a time. Remember, be the example.